That Namibia mourns the passing of its beloved founding president and father of the nation, Dr. Sam Nujoma, a towering figure in our country's history. Dr. Nujoma dedicated his life to the liberation, unity and development of this country. On February 8, 2025, at the age of 95, just 3 months shy of his 96th birthday, the nation bid farewell to a leader whose vision and resilience shaped the foundation of our democracy. As we at NBC continue to honor his extraordinary legacy, we invite you to join us in reflection and remembrance. Now, to begin with, this afternoon, we are joined by Job Muniaro, the Secretary General of the National Union of Namibian Workers, who will provide insight into the labor movement during Dr. Nujoma's tenure. Mr. Muniaro, good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thank you for inviting us. It's a very much memorable time.
We appreciate your time. To start with, Mr. Muniaro, talk to us about how you came to know the late founding president and father of the nation, Dr. Sam Nujoma.
Thank you very much. I think it's not to me alone. I've been I happened to know my founding father long before when I was a child, just by name at that time, not only me, possibly many of us, including the imperialist South Africans. So I know him by name, later by his picture, later by his face, and later by his leadership. So it's a long way.
Yeah.
Some of the colonizers happen to know him by his picture and his name, and before they ran out of the country, they haven't met him up to date.
Well, Mr. Muniaro, of course, the number of workers at the time that our former president was in power has obviously changed over the years and times, increased, of course, and with it comes challenges. So talk to us about, the unions, how they've been able to handle these challenges and how, you've mitigated them over the years.
So before independence, there were workers. They were celebrating their Workers' Day called May Day, but under harsh circumstances. But Comrade Nujoma is the first worker of this country who has tested and felt the slavery, has actually opened doors up for each and every worker to make sure workers' rights are protected. Not just their rights, but their fundamental rights. And he went out of country. He did not forget that he comes from a house of workers. That makes him to form a political party to fight for the independence of this country. Therefore, he has never forgotten of us as workers in this country. At that time with the workers, the party was very much united. They survived the Sambok of Kufuts. They have never dismantled us with their tear gas and their Samboks. We remained united. It seems as if the pain, we were beaten up to become more stronger than before. So, but his legacy will never be forgotten by the workers as the first worker of this country who fought for that.
We'll get a little bit more into the legacy that you take with you, of his tenure. But I want to know, as the nation mourns, as you mourn, talk to us about, what message you would give to fellow Namibians during this period, especially as we're mourning just on the heels of, our 1-year anniversary of the passing of President Hage Geingob.
It's a little bit of a tough time. One February to another February, losing leaders of that caliber. Now today we are facing the morning of passing away of the founding father, the Namibian nation, Comrade Sam. His visionary leadership that all of us know. unwavering commitment to this, to the Namibian people, equally to the Namibian workers. A lifelong dedication of the founding to the people of this country, possibly not to the Namibians, but possibly to the African people. So our independence did not just come by itself. There was a lot of sacrifices of people. One who also equally say condolences to our plant fighters who have never been wavering to fight for us. We have been carrying the gun day and night. So Dr. Nujoma only is not an architect of the liberation struggle, but is an advocate for social justice, dignity of workers of this country. One of his first Namibian worker, as I told you. The other issue is that we should also know that NUNW was not just formed after independence. It was found before independence, but through the leadership of Comrade Nujoma. And for you to know that NUNW has been participating in the ILO activities, in the National Labour Organization, before independence. That is through his hard work. That makes us proud as workers, because historically we come a long way with the ILO through the leadership of Comrade Nujoma. So one of the aspects was labor rights. Before independence, no worker had the right at all. You have no decision to take. You have no issue of trade unionism. Be members of it. There's not even a labor act that protects you as a worker. It tells you that slavery was legal. When he comes to this country of the brave, all those things has disappeared. Workers has been recognized. A labor act is there. The human rights protections of workers is there. We have a Namibian constitution that speaks to each and everybody.
On that note, under his leadership at the time, were there policies and principles that enabled you to represent your workers better?
Yes, as much as you see, we have a right to talk about our people, for our people. And there's also no person that who speaks about workers without workers. So it's not an issue for us to say there is nothing that had happened. Yesterday there was so many issues of salaries and negotiations and things. Last year, close to the end, we announced the minimum wages. It's things that tells you that the country are caring. The country has leadership that cares for the workers. And this foundation was not just laid by each and everybody. It's a strong foundation that was laid by Comrade Nujoma. It's why it's not breakable. It's why you see those people who wants to come back and colonize us passively does not succeed with that. Even though they are bringing here a lot of billions and millions to make sure they divide us and rule us, it's not succeeding because the foundation of unity was laid. And there's no way that Namibians are going to be divided, because if we are divided, we'll definitely fall.
Mr. Muniaro, over the past couple of days, of course, we've engaged, quite a number of people. And when we touch on the legacy that the founding president left behind, there's different views because he was so multifaceted. But yet, what each person, relates to seems to be something quite significant. So, in terms of his legacy that is left behind, not only the impression on the union, but perhaps also personally, what would that be for you?
If you all observe he was a person who loved children.
Yeah.
Very much. He was a person who was interested in the protection of women. He was a person who was saying we must be independent, not by name, but we must be independent by each and every activity in this country, including food security. I remember since independence, he's always speaking about clean drinking water, always speaking about desalination of seawater. It tells you that if water is something that must be taken seriously, that's the only thing that can produce food for our people, that can kick poverty and hunger out of our country. It's the only thing is water, and he was praying about water. The issue of housing. He sometimes became very angry. And you see this vast country, and he realized people after independence does not have proper housing and proper sanitation. It's the time that he announced we must countrywide do away with the bucket system. He doesn't want to see it in his own eyes. So there's a lot of love that he has left for us, and he has a lot of things that he has left for us. If we are not prepared to implement what he has given us, and we are going to fail as a nation, whether we like it or not. The foundation he has laid is on that foundation where we should build this country to a prosperous future.
Mr. Muniaro, before we let you go, just your very brief and final remarks.
I would like to say all Namibians, all workers, all people of this country, of the people of the world, let us all pay respect to the Founding Father. Let us all come together and make sure we bring his dreams, we work hard for his dreams to become true. That's the message that I want to give to the Namibian people, including Namibian leaders that wants to lead this country. Must make sure the dreams of the Founding Father comes true.
We thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much. All the best.
Thank you.
And condolences to you and to the nation.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
All right.
That was Mr. Job Muniaro, the Secretary General of the National Union of Namibian Workers.